Alright, in today's video, I would like to talk about the first major villain in Kagurabachi, since I have covered videos before when this first started coming out, and I have now dived back into it, and this time I am here to stay. This time I have time to read and catch up to it, so smash the like button for many more videos on Kagurabachi, and let me know if you want to see a video on the main character himself, because I would love to make that. But right now we're going to talk about Soyo Genichi. Now this guy, he loves the main character's father. He loves that he created these cursed swords, and he actually has one of the six. Now there are seven, but there's only six on record. He has one of these, and his goal ultimately is to obtain more power, to truly destroy with the sword, as he thinks that is why the sword was made in the first place. He is even willing to go to lengths such as not just killing or hurting other people, but he abducted this small girl and, literally takes off her limbs, which she can regrow, but that's not the point. The point is, this is how far he's willing to go to obtain absolute power, and it just shows how sadistic and messed up as a person he truly is. Now, his katana, Kuregumo, has three different abilities. The ability of lightning, the ability of, I believe it's mist, which he uses to like disappear, basically get out of situations, and then also the ability of ice, which is his biggest offensive capability because it is very powerful, and as you can see, it stretches out very wide. He can make it very large, and obviously also freeze things with it. Now, he immediately goes after the main character, as that is the person who is protecting this little girl from him and his minions, his henchmen. So he goes after the main character, which is something very refreshing. Usually in shonen, there's like, the main character has like all this time to train and to get better and stuff, but it is stated that Soryo is actually stronger than our main character at this point, and he just pulls up, right? He pulls up and he launches an attack at him, and he's worried for a second there that he already killed our main character. Now, of course, that's not the case, but this shows how sadistic and powerful that this guy really was. They end up fighting, and the only reason why he ended up taking the win pretty early on is because he targeted civilians. So our main character jumped in front of it and took all the lightning into himself, which obviously hurt him real bad. After this fight, an elite group was tasked to deal with Sojo. They figured that this is their best shot at taking him down and retrieving one of the demon swords. The leader of this group tells our main character that their mission is solely to kill Sojo. The mission is not to save the girl, so that is up to the main character himself, which is how he actually turns out to also grow alongside the growth that Sojo is about to go through, that we are going to get into. See, they managed to take him up into the air to corner him. It's 5-on-1. They did this so that he cannot target any more civilians. He can't hurt any civilians up there, so they should be able to go all out, and he obviously can't pull anything that he pulled with the main character. They were doing pretty well. There were of course five of them, but they were facing someone who's wielding, one of the demon swords. They were doing really well. They were even making good progress in terms of defeating him, until he pulled up a combo where he mixes his water, which is his mist side of abilities. He mixed water into his electricity. Obviously, if you mix water and electricity, it's not going to end well. So he actually catches them off guard and hurts them pretty bad doing this. This, however, is still not anywhere near unleashing the true strength of his katana, which is his ultimate goal. That's what he's trying to do. Because of this fight, however, unfortunately, he does, get much closer to that goal eventually. So they managed to corner him, and they managed to launch a attack that, they hoped would kill, right? A killing attack, a final attack. It's actually very funny how they shoot this guy at him. He's like basically serving as a spear himself, right? And they take Sojo down. He falls off of the plateau, and he would obviously with this wound and everything be hitting the ground and die. So they think their mission is probably complete at this point. Doing this, however, makes it so Sojo actually awakens much more of his true strength, and he blitzes past one of the members, basically killing him in one blow, right? What he did is he made sure that his lightning is coursing through his body itself instead of shooting the lightning outwards. Doing this made Sojo many times faster than before, and as you can see, destroyed half of the plateau with his attack. He then goes on having this new technique to kill these members. I believe there was only one member of the elite force that actually survived, maybe two members, and the rest is literally dead in a few seconds of time because of this awakening. Sojo then pulls up to the main character once again. With his newfound power, he can only be in that state for 12 seconds. Our main character has also grown at this point and can also only be in his own enhanced state for about 12 seconds. So this was a super quick fight where they both went at each other with their newfound speed and power. They took off an arm each. Sojo thought he was going to get the win when he took off the arm of the main character. And because he tried to slash him, our main character was fast enough to dodge and then take off Sojo's arm. He then proceeded to do his final attack that sliced even the sword itself, breaking it. And this is how Sojo was ultimately defeated. The wound from that attack was far too great, and he died a few minutes after, where he attempted one last grasp at ultimate power, but in the end he was never able to achieve the strength, the understanding of the demon swords in order to fully wield it. I think this was a very good first major villain of the story. We didn't really get like much of a backstory or anything like that, but we had a good it was shown how his personality was and that he was scum. Um, but yeah, he had a good motivation. He pushed our main character to become way stronger than at the start of the story. And I think he can only go up from here, man. So yeah, please smash the like button and hit subscribe while you're at it. And yeah, leave your thoughts about Sojo in the comments below. I thought he was an interesting villain. See you guys in the next one. Peace.